Hello everybody, this is StellarVision, and this is going to be my video for What If Episode 5, which is, of course, What If Zombies. And, I, of course, assume that you've watched the episode if you're watching this, so, spoilers. Anyway, let's, get into it. This was an episode I was looking forward to, yeah, ever since I saw the first trailers for What If, and I wasn't really disappointed with it. Um, it was the first episode to feature Spider-Man and at all, which was good. And this episode happened during what would be the events of Infinity War. Of course, things are going very different this time. Basically, the premise is that Janet Van Dyne, while she was in the quantum world, she caught a quantum zombie virus. So whenever Hank went to go get her, like she infected him, and they came out, and then both of them infected Scott Lang, and Hope she was able to get away. The Wasp, and this was back in the events of Ant-Man 2, which happened right before Infinity War, and with both Hank and Scott, being Ant-Man, it was pretty easy for them to infect a lot of people, as Marvel zombies retain sentience and skill. Or in What If, at least they retain like the skills they know. I'm sure they retain some sentience. They just they didn't really explain that too well. They just have the hunger, so they can't control it. And What If they didn't? The zombies didn't seem to try to communicate at all. So I don't think that they uh, really meant for them to be too sentient in this. But in the comics, they totally do retain sentience. I think the first one to um, figure it out, the first one um, to hear themselves with their hunger, at least make an effort to try not to feed the most, would be the Black Panther. He locked himself in a room for a long time until he stopped being hungry, and he's still sentient and just basically undead immortal, which kind of fits since the Black Panther is viewed as the king of the dead. So Bruce Banner is shot back to Earth by Heimdel, like the events of Infinity War, but things are a bit different. He wasn't greeted by, Doctor Strange and Wong, and the Black Order arrives not long after, and like in Infinity War, Hulk won't come out for Bruce, so and Bruce is in a bit of a pickle here. But Zombie, Iron Man, and Doctor Strange and Wong uh, show up, and scares the crap out of Bruce, and they take down the Black Order pretty easily and brutally, turning both of the members there. Bruce is saved by the Wasp, who makes the ants destroy the zombies by eating them, which is pretty gross. I guess the ants are immune to the virus, and he's picked up by Spider-Man and taken back to their base. Peter shows Bruce kind of funny Zombieland style survival rule list thing, and we get introduced to the team. We got Spider-Man, Happy, the Winter Soldier, Wasp, Sharon Carter, Okoye, and Kurt is that one dude from Ant-Man, if you don't know who that is. And they get like a distress beacon, about a cure. So, yeah, they're like, oh, we have hope. We need to figure out how to get to this cure. So they have to go to a train station to get to the base, and Peter kind of warns. He's like, oh, haven't you ever watched a zombie movie before or a horror movie? But they end up splitting up, and because of it, they end up losing Happy, and from an attack from Hawkeye, and Okoye takes out Zombie Falcon. Bucky has to take out Captain America. I believe Captain America took out Sharon, but I don't really remember correctly. Um, Spidey gets the train rolling by flexing his massive strength that they haven't they haven't really given him a great feat of strength, but he was able to pull the train enough to where it had enough thrust to jumpstart it. But he almost gets caught by zombies, but he is saved by Doctor Strange's cloak, which we have like this pretty cool image that's behind me. And I guess the cloak would happen to be following them, and they make it like almost to the base, but it runs out of fuel, and they have to cross a field full of zombies to get to the base. Hope, who previously got infected, makes the sacrifice by going big and carrying them, and it works. She gets them to safety, or supposed safety, and she gets covered in zombies. She falls back, dying and turning. Um, we go follow our heroes into the base, and surprisingly, who's waiting for them is the Vision, and he's kind of boasting about figuring out how to cure the virus using his Mind Stone, but he doesn't have the capabilities of broadcasting it across the earth. And we even have like a cured Scott Lang head in a jar here, who does even more talking. And I guess he's kind of taking the place of Headpool, which is the zombified, decapitated head of Deadpool, who is kind of sort of a staple of Marvel Comics. Anytime they make like a reference, you might have like a outside of like Marvel Zombies, you might have like an appearance from Headpool, which is pretty funny. But the Vision isn't being completely honest with everybody. Winter Soldier goes to get supplies and stuff, but he finds T'Challa still alive on a medical table, missing his leg, and he wakes up a zombified Scarlet Witch, who happened to be nearby too. And it turns out the Vision has been feeding T'Challa to his zombified bride a little bit by a little bit, I guess. And I guess because he says because Wanda's too powerful, she's resistant to the Mind Stone and can't be cured. And since he's unable to kill her, he simply tries to contain her and feed her, I guess, to keep her docile. And we get this big fight scene where Scarlet Witch is trying to feed on them. She gets Kurt and Okoye, unfortunately. And the Vision does, I guess, the only thing he feels he can do to atone for his crimes. He, rips the Mind Stone out of his own head. So, that still happens in this timeline, the stone being ripped from his head, but he just does it himself. So, maybe our heroes can use it to cure the Earth of zombies. the remaining heroes make it to a quad jet, and I wonder if that's like a funny little universal difference because usually we hear Quinjet. I don't remember uh quad jet. I might just be misremembering things. And they head to Wakanda where apparently they have the tech to broadcast the Mind Stones waves across Earth. And as they get there, we see a zombified Thanos with all the other Infinity Stones. It's a pretty dreadful sight. And, of course, this was a very cool episode. Even if it was kind of fast paced, not a lot of pauses to the action and suspense, because we're always wondering who's going to get grabbed next by the zombies. But I enjoyed it pretty well. And it makes me hope that one day they do like the live action Marvel Zombies that's a bit more close to the comic book story. Of course, they'd obviously tweak it a bit, but I think that would be a really cool like Disney Plus series by itself, like live action Marvel Zombies. But who knows if they'll ever get to that. Um, I don't know. I am, not sure I have anything else to say about this. I, of course, really enjoyed the episode and looking forward to the next episode. Spider-Man, do you have anything to say? Any critique of the episode? Spider-Man doesn't wear capes. Well, in this one you did. Hate to break it to you. Well, hope you liked the video. Like and subscribe. And if you want to interact with me, you can catch my streams on Twitch. I stream every night. Just about. So, yeah, that's that. I hope everybody has a stellar night.